pe me ho re, omane 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 pe me ho, omane pe me ho re, 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 omane pe me.
Hi, those who are joining for class. Okay, let's begin with Rangdrol practice. Sarameki Kanshara Chiku Yolan Teso Cheve Chinla Hejo Ninglai Shude Ai Ho Motsara Che Tengi Gompa Lama Ken Del Jordini Shindo Nepaka Ketse Meta Chue Cheche Gede Leke Jude Luan Kamsum Korwa Dunga Janse Ngan Jene Dalo Chela Jurash Lume Tengi Gompa Lama Ken Del Jordini Shindo Nepaka Ketse meta chiwe cheche ye gede leke judre luwan Kamsun korwa dunga janse ay dene dalo chela juwash Lume denge gomba lama ken del jor dene shindu nipaka Ketse meta chiwe cheche ye gede leke judre luwan Kamsun korwa dunga janse nga Kene dalo chela jurwara Jancho ningo mato bar lama kenjo sula janson Dizon jancho ningo mato bar lama kenjo sula janson Dizon jancho ningo mato bar Lama kenjo sumla janson Korwa maton bar majur semje kunge pende drup Tane sunde korwa maton bar majur semje kunge pende Tane sunde korwa maton bar majur semje kunge pende Kunge le dan long je ben tsoni zo chen kenjo sum la ba Serai kunge le dan long je ben tsoni zo chen kenjo sum la Serai kunge le dan long je ben tsoni zo chen kenjo sum la Se merme be kulet tse chumba drip chan Sadhu samayam balaya benzo sadhu te no ba te cha te me ba sadhu me ba sadhu kha me ba Savasidi me praya sa sa sutta me tse tam shirayam kuruhum ha Vajra sadhu samaya manu balaya benza sadhu te no pa te chandir do me ba sudhu khai me ba sudhu khai me ba anurata me ba Savasidi me praya sa savakama sutta me tse tam shiriyam guruhum ha Bhagavan savadada gata benza mami menza benza ba maha samaya sato Sadhu samaya manu palaya benza sadhu te no pa te chandir do me ba sudhu khai me ba sudhu khai me ba anurata me ba Savasidi me praya sa savakama sutta me tse tam shiriyam guruhum ha Bhagavan sarvadada gata benza mami menza benza ba maha samaya sato Benza sadhu, benza sadhu, benza sadhu Tanje roji yuru Ninjur din karu Zawe lama peme kurushin Sangye malu dube ku Zawe lama chola sawande Dichin bando sundo tuje zon De son junche me para chingelo Dusum Sange Male Dubeko Tsawe Lama Chola Sewade Piche Bando Sundo Tujesu Dusum Junche Me Barchinge Dusum Sange Male Dubeko Tsawe Lama Chola Sewade Piche Bando Sundo Tujesu Dusum Junche Me Barchinge Manjarai Guru Tema Sindhi Manjarai Guru Tema Sindhi Manjarai Guru Pema Siddhi Tuki Wanjin Yonzo Tom Manjarai Guru Kaya Waka Chitta Siddhi Ramte merme ngae rikton denge lame rangshalta Milai sewande zamlam kowan chombara jingeno Kumbo bai milai sewande zamlam kowan chombara jingeno Kumbo bai milai sewande Salam Powai Jombara Jingelo Tanilon Getsarache Majur Drolai Pambai Mepatain Droden Lapchen Gengmen Drobarasha Tanilon Lonche Getsarache Majur Drolai Pambai Mepatain Droden Lapchen Gengmen Drobarasha Ani Ludan Lonche Getsarache Major Drola Pangba Mebata Doden Lapchen Gegme Truparasho Che Son Ring Loche Zamle Sason Chaparata Roju Chosun Nawada Midre de Son Gele Sho Kesa Dombola Yaten Choge Nodrone Pema June Shesuja Kodo Kando Mambego Kinge Jesu Tajori Chinge Loche Shesus Guru Pema Sede Yaten Choge Ngodrone Dama June Shesuja Kodo Kando Mambego Kinge Jesu Tajori Chinge Loche Shesus Guru Pema Sede Kesa Dombola Yaten Choge Ngodrone Pema June Shesuja Kodo Kando Mambengo, Kenge Jesu Tajuki, Jinge Lobse Chesus, Guru Brahma Siti. Dharma class couldn't. Okay, so before the class, before the teaching, so there's this prayer requesting the teachings. We need to recite that one. So those of you who don't have this, you have to download this. It's request Eugene, and Eugene will send you the link. So. It's on page 44 of this text. It's the essential prayer. This one has the preliminaries, the mandros, and then has the Guru Yoga, like the Lama calling from afar and all of those. And then on page 44 is the prayers requesting the teachings. Okay, page 44. Yeah, I feel I need record back up then. The Shanda. Shanda. Bemitsu chiki Shanda. Dorjin Lomben Sangye Ben Dizum Jola Chanse Lo Chosum Tembe Chingjorola Nime Yike Chansun Ngujuru Yike Namdru Ben Dambe Chembai Shesus Ngudru Chowo Chembe Ge Neje Malu Shambarek Choju Korosum Dambe Che Macha Chela Jeye Ran Dambe Tashi Drima Me Zombe Janchu Semge Deshe Janchu Semba La Damba Sumge Lube Lo Tseran Jambe Gewana Dude Janchu Chemboro Mo Sai Jimpe Chu Ju Jeme Do Jam Re Ra Lin Shi Nin De Gen Bai De San Ge Shin Du Mi De Pu Wai Ye Dro Gen Nam Dai Shin Lai Chen Parai Shu Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryata Yami Sem Jen Namge Samba Dang Lo Ye Jen Raj Che Chon Tun Mo Te Ba Ye Che Ge Korlo Korondu So De Zum Zange Tam Je Ge Ngo Rigdan Gil Koro Jan So Chamda Kadrin Tsunda Ma Che Ba Jin Chen Zawe Lami Shabge Bemo Dulje Ma Me Bala Gozum Geba Chembe Chanser Jing Chatsu Chuo Jinge Lambar Zendo Sol Temba Lame Sange Rimboche Joba Lame Damche Rimboche Jemba Lame Geden Rimboche Chamne Kunjo Sumlash Chansen Lo Tapke Tuje Chancha Risun Turshingi Metodi Dike Punjomba Sergel Humbo Tambo Jimek Shajege bu shamla chan tselon palden sonne chuder supane kenche ye karange sanjo charbe kanchen kedo yonke tsujencho. Soge dorje drove lama de lama dangombo juzen jambe yongla chan tselo gange lodre dunne dunderne taranamda arab sewe jinne dengun jijin zikshin nike tukara lebamze. Kanda zidbe zanra marre mintum dunge geze we drota kun la buche tatse yan la drucho yan den son ro tarshe dronen mo nelon leke chandro drezeche. Marre mansa dunge nyugo jinne chede redre namde ne da chen sacho tarse yende lezo geze tuwe. Chutra chudan chune gendre dan le manse jambe yan la rab dunde omara. Numara bazan de omara bazan de omara. Omara bazana de zenden keke kenrayo zeke nalo eti mumin barakse. Kada denje junglo tobayin lodre bombe nawa zendo sun. Recorder din annars. Record. Kunzondor zimgarra shiri simpe makara jeban nishunga sozon nunan terden jansa zo kadra lama namla samwande zamlin zebe jenlu choni nam tuje longton nyambe tunga. Nautre dambar bebe turjo ke korde chegura zoben long chemba drime yuzar shamla sewande kuyi kelsen namda. Kuruze gelsen namdro dabro chong riwo shante Gongpa Rangdrol ten nimeli jendulni drdr ze ruto Karma Lingpa sewande lume koncho sumge ngoni kusumge wak janso chisu. Kamsum jege gembo zochen bade jonling bejam la sewande korde danyam chene rogaru todro nganjo sange tobar shu ngan serize neden dorjetan mawande shem me bataysh. Tata bejunge zadro benge jigre yeshen dojen la sewande sange kunge chime pe manjon shendu truba tunzan lonchenche. Kangi yansi tirnen norbo la sewande zodre me jinjer no choge lama namge getsabdo wangur no zen chomi shendenche. Pepe nerjol kunban zochen ba sange doje shamla sewande omin chege inge podande de sum sanje kungi ngo ne ransem chegu ngonzo dede. Tsawe lami shamla sewande ne lu tongba kewara jinjer lo legwa shemba bomba kedu sol. Nam khadan nyambe semjen tamjen nam kendenge dewa lana machiba. Yanda bara zobe jancho rimbo che chinne janto barja deye chedu che zamo dine tsuljindu sende. Ten nyam sulembre gyo nyamba samba jache wa jancho semge kulonda chebe gone. Sembara shu. So, please give rise to the precious motivation of the Bodhisattva. We say the vast aspiration of the Bodhisattva and the profound skillful method of secret tantra, and listen to these teachings. And then what you need to cultivate and what you need to abandon, adopting all of those appropriately as mentioned in the sutras and the tantras. Please do so and then listen to these teachings. Our intention should be, I want to bring all beings to the state of perfect Buddhahood. For that purpose, I will listen to these profound teachings and bring forth the understanding of the meaning of these profound teachings and thereby engage in my life. So with that motivation, please listen to the teachings. We are here listening to the cycle of teachings from the profound dharma of the self-liberated or naturally liberated awakened intent of the peaceful and wrathful deities, Zhithro, Gongpa, Rangdrol. This is this revelation of the great Terton, Karma Lingpa. And from there, this one is the introduction to the intermediate state of Dharmata, Cheni Bardo. This is the display of the basis. Chendit Bardo it's called. The Bardo, the intermediate state of the basic space. And this is a direct introduction, and which is also called easy to practice or easy to carry on. I mean, easy to carry with us. So that from there, now we're on to the main body of the text, and then I'll continue where we had left last time. So here last time we was talking, although this teaching is the main practice, the Zhithro practice is what is called the actual or the main practice. But in order to enter into that practice, it is customary to introduce the preliminaries, which is called Rangdrol. If it is not done, then the Lama who is teaching impairs or breaks the samaya, the precepts of the bodhisattvas and the vows of the individual liberation, and so on and so forth. And also the blessings do not manifest to the students. So here it says, although we do not have time to explain the extensive preliminaries, here at least it will be outlined how the preliminaries are. Om tela Rangdrol chungze shena. So just an outline of the preliminaries. Zhithro shungsik nam chinlap chewe chede. The root verses of the Zhithro text. Zhithro, she is peaceful, tro is wrathful. So when we say the root text, it's referring to the main text of the peaceful and wrathful deities' accomplishment. In order to invoke the blessings of the Zhithro, then the greatness of the Zhithro teachings are explained or expressed. Zhithro shungsik nam chinlap chewe chede jomden deki kadzalba. The Buddha proclaimed in this way. Buddha is now talking to Shariputra. He's saying, Sharibu, nyalwa sashi tsam yede, dudoni changi bangma tsam yede, Lamayin kawa buyuk tsam yede. Laminini senme dul chakba tsam yedo she song so. So here in this it is mentioned that Shariputra is been Buddha Shakyamuni is addressing or talking to Shariputra, and he is saying the numbers of beings in the hell realms are like the dirt or the specks of dust or dirt within this world, and the numbers of animals within this existence, the numbers of their existence are like very few compared to those hell beings whose numbers are as numerous as these specks of dust within this world. animal beings, they are just like Changyibangma, like when they prepare chang or alcohol, then later when they ferment, and then what is left, everything kind of turns into just pure water, like pure alcohol that's liquid, and then what is left is just like the drag or something, that kind of the sediments. That's so animal beings are just as much as the dregs that's in that pot. Hlamayin kawa buyuk zamyede. And then the demigods, their numbers are just like snowflakes, just a few. Snowflakes here means a few flakes. And then the numbers of human beings and gods, they're just like dust or dirt gathered in between your fingernails. So that's what Buddha Shakyamuni is saying to Shariputra. So that one is according to this fortunate human birth in terms of numerical comparison. So human beings are very few compared to other kind of beings. So like the hell realms, they are like equal to the specks of dust in this world, and animals, they are just like the drag that's under the pot, and then demigods is just like snowflakes. Okay, so that's the numerical comparison. And then further it says Deljul milu topkawa migi taju yede gerbo chembo magla dutsam yu droksang chewala bumchak sum jingwala tiso sum chungwala tongso sum yeba ngawo che dole sum so. So we talk about this human birth or fortunate human birth endowed with freedom and these attributes, these qualities of the endowments for practicing Dharma. So we say that 18 qualities altogether, the 8 freedoms and 10 endowments. And do we really have beings who have these 18 freedoms? Then here Buddha is saying, yes, there are beings you can actually perceive, you can actually see them. It's not just like in the teachings it's mentioned, but there are beings who have these 18 freedoms. He says, just like how he's now talking to the king. Just as many armies that you have, Droksang Chevala Bumchak Sum, he says. Droksang Chewa is like, in comparison to the ant hills, like Bumchak is like 100,000. So 300,000. Jingla Triso Sum, and he's saying the mediocre numbers are like 30,000. Chungwala Tongso Sum, and then the lesser of these are 3,000. Tongso Sum, yes. But Ngawo Che Dole Sum, so it's mentioned in the Drumbeat Sutra, is called the Great Drumbeat Sutra. Gongpa Ruwa Rela Midutsam Ye, and the Buddha is like again asking the king, like how many people in population do you have in your country or in your province? Gongpa ruarella miduma ye. How many people do you have in the province or in the region? So Tei sakorna yarka busin chidate, and then now compare those numbers of people in terms of insects or bugs in summer, Buddha is saying. Yarka busin, like the bugs and critters and insects and so forth appearing during the time of summer. Chidate, so compare that one with those who have like fortunate human birth. Thare ludila ningpo shik len samba kila deje. Then so you see that those who have this fortunate human birth are very few in comparison to other kind of beings. So therefore, contemplating that how precious this human birth is, and now that you have attained this precious human birth, while having attained this precious human birth, that intending that I will grab this opportunity to extract the essence, Ningpo Lempa is to fetch the essence or to extract the essence. So thinking like that, then you kind of say, you repeat after in this way. Kema kehu, then when you do your preliminary practice, this is how you go about. It's not just, you think about this precious human birth and then you say, alas, kema kehu, yes, this is like a word of lament, like sadness. Kema kehu milerinchin topa daretsam. This fortunate human birth that I have attained is only this moment or this lifetime. Dilla chechik chichang maduna, if I don't accomplish dharma while I have obtained this fortunate human birth, dilla chechik chichang maduna, if I don't practice dharma at all, chinne milu topa kawarda, to obtain such human birth in the future is absolutely difficult. Kaham mikam semchen changlate. So whether it's easy or not, just compare to that animals or that insects and bugs and so forth that we were comparing earlier. If I happen to ngensong sumdu kena ningreche, if I were to fall or take birth in the three miserable existences, the three miserable existences or the lowly existences are animal realm, hungry ghost realm, and the hell realm. If I were to be born there, how pitiful it would be, how sad it would be. It says. So that's how you kind of motivate yourself when you're doing the practice. Now, that is to contemplate on how fortunate human birth is. Now the next one is contemplating on impermanence of life. We have this human birth, but we have no idea when we are going to die. It's uncertain. When this death will befall on us, it's totally uncertain. Rangnam chingepe tengdu. It's for sure that we are going to die. It's guaranteed that we are going to die. But it's uncertain when we are going to die. It can happen now. We will never know. We might think, oh, at least I might not die today. I might remain for some time. That is also indefinite. That's not certain. Tsela ditsam tupking yeba mebe namchi chame. So when we are going to die, it's uncertain. Shiwe ken shinto mangwe namchi chame. When we are going to die, or what are the causes that will take our life away? It's plentiful. It's like so many. So therefore, it's uncertain that what will take our life away. Even we might think that, oh, food is good thing to nourish, and then while we eat food, that food might become the condition or this to kill us or take our lives away. So it's uncertain. Shiwe gen shinto mangwe namchi chamet. Lula ningbo mebe chang namchi chamet. And we think at least my body is strong right now. So I'm healthy. I don't have any illness or disease. So I will not die for some time. But this body has no essence. This body has no essence. So therefore, it can die any moment. So death is uncertain, even when we think that body will hold for some time. The body has no essence. So death is uncertain. When I die, nobody can hold. When death comes, nobody can help, nobody can do anything about it. So nobody can protect when death comes. Sujang mipen, nobody can benefit when death comes. Sakpe norgi chang shiwala mipen, however much wealth and possession we might accumulate, none of those is going to help or benefit at all. Budang chungma dupa nyengi chang shiwala mipen, however many children or escorts, retinues, friends and families, and this extended families and so forth we might have, none of them will benefit. Budang chungma dupe nyengi chang chiwala mifen. Rangi luki chang chiwala mifen. Then we think, oh, my body will help me maintain, protect from death. Even this body won't cooperate anymore at that time. Even this body will not be able to benefit me when death arrives. And then this body which we have kind of dependent, thinking this body will help me keep away from death, that will be cast aside, that will be abandoned, it will be left behind. It will be casted aside. And then, if we cremate, if we burn the body, then what will remain is probably a handful or a fistful or palmful of ashes, that's all. That's the remainder that's left of the body. Even if we hoard, amass this wealth as much as we can, we cannot even take a single needle with us when we leave, when we die. We won't have the power to even take a single needle with us. Then we might have friends and families and spouse and so forth like that. However many we gather together, we will separate from them and we cannot take anyone with us. Will be parted, will be separated from them. When that happens, then nobody will come to meet me during that time when I die. nobody will be there to greet me, or we say greet or come to meet me or see you. Miyongwe sata ringpo shigla thane jokpar droga, then it will be a very long journey that you'll have to travel all on your own. Jokpar, and then very quickly you have to droga. That's it will be page 489. Ringbor jokpara droge, so you have to kind of hasten quickly. You have to go quickly. Drogdawo chikjang tiwome, you cannot take a single companion or friend or family with you. Rang chikpuru droge pedula, you have to go all on your own. When that time comes, dula lepa ke samba kila deje chije, then that will be that, that when death comes, that kind of situation will happen. So therefore, you need to now contemplate. Death is going to come. When it comes, it will be only me. Without anything, without anybody, I'll have to go on my own. So then again you recite. So you contemplate and you recite this. Kema kehu, then again this lamenting words, and you're saying, alas, duje ni mitakpao, that all compounded phenomena are impermanent. Ninsen niki tsellaku, day and night robs our life away. Day and night steals our life away. Namchi chamedo, there is no certainty that when death will happen. Dengamashuani kajecheo. That I'm grateful that I didn't die before. Dani shuala lepa kedo now, but death can happen. I'm at the verge of dying. I am now, how to say, bound to die. So that's how you kind of contemplate. Here, this one is outlining the Rangdrol, and in order for us to receive these teachings, these are the ways how the preliminaries are explained. So you have to contemplate like that. So in order for us to get to the main part of the teachings, we kind of go along with the preliminaries. So think, not just listening, but you need to contemplate along with as I teach this. Now, what will happen when we die? Oh, if you had the freedom to do whatever you liked after dying, that would be great, but you have no power. You have no independence. You have no freedom at all. You have no power at all. Rangwang me, that's it. Why? Le gedig gi kharti in there. Because karma, good karma or bad karma, will drive you. That will lead you here. Gedik le gedik ki karti in there. So it will be totally dependent on that karma you have in store, where it kind of takes you. Temba nerja chungwa le. So from the sutra, the mindfulness sutra, Temba nerja chungwa. And then there are many sutras on mindfulness, but this is one of the compendium, like the concise sutra of mindfulness says, Yewa yinni devato, good karma, a virtue, will attain happiness. Migewa le dungal top, dungal jung. Non-virtue, bad karma, negativities, will give rise to suffering and misery and sorrow. So therefore, this karma of good and bad, meaning this karma of good or virtue or non-virtue, clearly shows the result of our actions or karma. So non-virtue or virtue will clearly show the result of our actions or our karma. Shedang many downward juriancy. Furthermore, there's this quote says, for now we think that fire is hot, water is cold, and so forth. But that is just relative, you know that, yeah? So that's why this quote is saying, fire can turn cold. Fire can many downward journey. It's possible that fire can be as cold as ice. It's saying here, can be cold. Lungni shape zinyang. Now we think wind is free flowing, that we cannot capture wind, we cannot catch wind. But it is possible that wind can be tied with a rope. It's possible. It's just like how we contain gas inside a cylinder or inside a container. I mean, it's been, contained like that. Nida tangla longyang sit. Now we think the sun and the moon are up in the sky, but it is possible that they can land down on the ground. They can fall on the ground. It's totally possible, it says. But the result of karma can never fail. It's impossible. It says, it's impossible that the result of karma will ever fail. So that's che sungpe. So as taught like that, kewa le kewa tengis. So namin pe chidube. Gewe le kewa tengis so namin pe chidube. So now virtue, accumulation of virtue is just like how we cultivate, how this plantation, like the farmers and the agriculture product like that. It's like farming. So if we engage in virtue, we can accumulate, just like how farmers work in the fields and then more and more they work, abundant is their harvest. Similarly like that, if we engage in positivity, we can accumulate merit or virtue enormously or abundantly. So therefore, we need to engage in virtue as much as we can. Chidubbe is like however much possible that we need to engage in accumulation or engage in virtue or accumulation of merit. Dikpa rangi rangpungwa yinpe pang chitubje. Now, negative or non-virtue This is what will create problem, what will give us trouble. Nothing else. This non-virtue, negative action, negative meaning bad karma, bad actions, non-virtue is what will going to cause trouble. What is going to cause trouble, yeah. So that is the main culprit, or yeah, that's a problematic, or pung, yeah, it's like a problem. So therefore, abandon however much possible. Chitubje, pang chitubje is like abandon, give up negative karma however much possible. Je samba. So think like that. So we should contemplate that good karma will accumulate or engage however much as possible. Negative karma I will abandon however much possible. So that should be our intention. And then you read, then you say this aloud. Now again, now this is what you say. Tamje jimbet Tangak domitor. When everyone kind of has to pass through this one, this, that ravine of this death, however narrow, however tight, however, this passage might be, there is no escape from there, it says. The narrow ravine or that escape, there is no way to not, we have to pass through that pathway. There is no escape, it says. Leki shinje timra tsutamna, and then when we go through this passage, we will be called into the judgment. This will be where, like a courthouse, or like a Leki shinje timra tsutamna. The henchmen of Yamas, the messengers of Yama, meaning the Lord of Death. The henchmen will summon us and bring us in front of Yama, the Lord of Death. There, our karma will be weighed, whether good karma or bad karma. Keda zenjang deru chatamme. You can be very eloquent, you could be so smart and intelligent in this life, but you cannot beat Yama during that time. There's no escape, you cannot kind of swindle Yama. Dikpochanam loning gelake. That is the time when negative people, their heart will burst open in the presence of Yama. And all of our negativities, even however much we try to hide or bury or conceal this life, they will ooze out effortlessly. They will ooze out. All those signs and indications, will come, and that is what will chase us. And that negativities that we have tried to conceal and hide and so forth, that will befall on us like a thundering lightning, like a lightning bolt, swift and swift and fast and powerful. Jokshin Shukchewa, karna leki tangzi shivlukde. And this is that unmistakable calculation, there is no failure. This is all kept in perfect record. It cannot be erased. Leki karna tangzi shivlukde. This is down to that subtle precision, how cause and karma, that even if you had committed many lifetimes before, will be stored in that calculation, in that database. Tajing tawe digjang mijana, even the subtlest of the subtlest actions, whether good actions or bad actions that we had committed, will be recorded, will not be forgotten. Dikpa mizem minam chidanang. So therefore, once you think of sparing yourself from engaging in non-virtue, you see, dikpa mizem, then once you guard yourself from committing non-virtue, you see, there's a question, won't you? So that's why. Tharlam karpe lamgi delukdang. Now, during that judgment, there will be pathway, kind of, it's all diverted or it's led by our own actions. There will be a pathway going down to the miserable realm. There will be a pathway leading us to freedom, liberation. And the pathway to freedom will be like white pathway, karlam, like lofty white pathway. And the pathway will be very comfortable. It's easy gliding path. But the pathway to the miserable realm will be dark, like dungeon, like dark, dark, and very uncomfortable. And if you go that way, if you go toward the dark pathway, very uncomfortable and all suffering and misery and sorrow. If you go to this path of freedom, you're just comfortable, blissful, and happy. So karma is what will lead us, just like shadow of our body. It will, like the body and the shadow will never part. Exactly like that, karma will follow us like a shadow. Karpo geve tangni shinje zin, napo dikpa chepa shinje che. During that judgment, whatever kind of virtue that we had engaged in, yama, this we say yama or shinje. Shinje yamandaka. Shinje is Yamaraja, let's say. He's not Yamaraja, he's not Yamandaka, he's Yamaraja. Shinje. He will have all those records in his hands. Nabodeva Cheba. And then whatever needs to be done, if you had committed non-virtue, the result of whatever needs to be done, he will deal with it. He has a power to deal. Semchen lela chepa gelwe sung. So all sentient beings, whatever we lela chepa, it's all because of whatever we have conducted in whichever kind of karma that we have. This is what is going to happen. So this is what the Buddha taught. sheje so tene tab dik minyung na nyangin gi duktang jechula then again here in this instruction it says, if it is possible, now if your students who are listening to these teachings, if there are few, not many but just a few, then you should kind of cry and wail at this time, because you kind of look into the situation and then you lament on that one, and you kind of the word is regret or generate remorse to your action, and then you cry regretting on those kind of actions that you had done. So it's saying that them nyangin gi duktang jechu, so then you cry or you act out that you are grieving or saddened. Atsama, then you says, how absurd, how strange. Like Atsama is like wonderment. It's like like astonished. Atsama. Korwa meyi dongchenbo, this thing. This samsara is just like a pit of fire. It's like a volcano pit. Korwa meyi dongchenbo. Tsawe ngardang demba. When you fall into the pit of volcano, you can see everything is lava and hot. And there is no, it's all, that's never-ending pit. It's like things are deep as well as vast. Things are jachawa, pang powatabu. And then, you never see the bottom, you never see the top, because it's high up, and you cannot even see the tip of how high it is. It's so high like that. That is this nature of samsara. You don't see the depth, you cannot fathom the depth. You cannot see how vast it is. You can see the end, limits. You can see the peak like that. As many or as vast as this pit of fire is, sentient beings are completely pervaded or completely filled within this pit of fire. And everyone is kind of wailing, tormented by that suffering. Dungal Zhithro is like everyone has their suffering. Everyone is suffering and then crying and wailing in pain. And then, you kind of imagine that this is suffering like that. And then in this pit of fire of samsara, sentient beings, hell beings, are crying and wailing in pain. Hungry ghosts, they're tormented by hunger and thirst. And they are moaning and crying and very terrifying, howling pain like that. And then you see animal realms. How frightening, how terrifying that the mightier ones are eating others, like the timid ones. And again in turn, even however mighty they are, those small ones, group together and they attack like that. So how terrifying, how frightful. They half of their body is still alive and they're chewed from the other part of their body and eaten. They're eaten while they are alive. So now we might think, oh, we are human beings, we don't experience that kind of suffering. We human beings, gods and demigods, we might think we have happiness for a while. We might think like that. But that happiness is just momentarily. It's just like a dewdrop, on a blade of grass. Even if we might have comfort and happiness for a moment, it's subjected to change or impermanence. And it can change any moment. When that changes, we will fall so hard, just like falling in the pit of hell. That we might fall into one of the miserable realms. We are bound to fall into one of those realms. So then we reflect on this one and then say, if I don't come up with a plan, if I don't come up with this skill to free myself from this samsara, I would never have any other opportunity ever again. So therefore, by all means, that I will engage in this practice of Dharma. So you have to think like that. And then you say this. It's now or never, you say. If I don't practice Dharma now, it's never going to happen. Yes. Some big gila, so think like that. This is the moment I need to grab this opportunity to practice Dharma. So it's contemplating like that, and you now say this. Kema kehu, again, you're lamenting. Like such is the opportunity that if I don't do it now, if I waste it, how terrible it would be. So that's why you're lamenting it. Kema kehu, alas, you're saying. Korwa dini tungalwa. Samsara is suffering. Saying dungalwa. Samsara is suffering. It's like only liberation or nirvana is blissful or happy. Atsama, this is again, how astonishing. Korwe dungal mehi dongrir durtsupadini jipala. This pit of samsara that we were talking about, like how long, this deep tunnel or this deep pit of samsara, how far it is. And being entrapped in this pit is terrifying. Dirtsupadini jipala is like, it's frightening, it's terrifying. Atsama thi nangne talen trepe tulababo. So therefore he's saying, astonishingly, this is the moment that has come for me to run away from samsara. This is the moment, this is the opportunity that I can run away from samsara. The time has come, you see, to escape or to run away. It's this one moment. This the suffering of the three lower existences, of the three lower realms, It's unbearable. It's inconceivable. It's beyond imagination. Dewe gokab kechik chang midukpala. And if we were to fall into that miserable existence, there is not a single moment of happiness there. There's not one moment of happiness. Kechik chang midukpa dani nyurdu drepa drabjeren. So therefore, I need to prepare myself now to run away this very moment. I need to get ready. Drabje is like I need to pack, prepare to run away from samsara now. Because if I fall into those hell realms, those miserable realms, there won't be a single moment of happiness at all. Kema korwa ki me dong woptabu. So then you say, alas, samsara is, there is no happiness in samsara. Kid made this, there is no comfort in samsara. It's just like a pit of fire. Now, this lifetime, this is the moment, that this is the only time, this is the only moment that I can avert this. The suffering of the three lower existences are beyond imagination, inconceivable. Thalede is beyond limit. Dewe gokab kechik machiso, there is not a single moment of happiness. Thani medon wobne toreren, so therefore it's time that I run away from this pit of fire. She, so you say this like that. So here, if you remember, we did 4 of these, 4 contemplation of fortunate human birth, impermanence of life, and then the infallibility of karma, and then 4th, the misery, the miserable nature of samsara, the suffering of samsara. These are what we call as the preliminaries, the 4 topics of the preliminaries have been covered. Now, of course, in preliminaries, we have what we call as the common preliminaries and the extraordinary or the uncommon preliminaries. So those were the 4 factors or the 4 topics of common preliminaries. Now we are going to the second part, which is the uncommon or the extraordinary preliminaries. Ngendro Nipani, so then it says the second preliminaries. So they are divided into 3 parts. Om began the topics of the outer preliminaries. Now we come to A, the inner preliminaries or the uncommon preliminaries. Ngandro nipani dire thunmo maimbe ngandro shichiktu domba tetargom. So there are 4 topics of these preliminaries within the uncommon or the second part that now we are going through. There are 4 topics of these preliminaries. these are combined into one, and how do we now practice or meditate on these inner preliminaries? Kera namgi jor pema karpo danta we tendo hung karpo le chomden de dorje semba karpo shelji chani e dorje tukar zinjing yun julbukur demba. Now you need to meditate, visualize that in front of you or above the crown of you, your crown, there is this white lotus. And above the lotus pistils there's a white moon. There's a moon seat or a moon disk. And on top of this moon disk is a white hung syllable. Hung. Now this hung syllable transforms into Vajra Sattva, Bhagavan Vajra Sattva, or Chomdende Dorje Semba, the transcendental conqueror. He has transcended. He is not human. He is not God. He is transcended from samsara and nirvana. Chom is like he has vanquished all of the defects of samsara. He has vanquished all of the maras, the negative forces of samsara. He is endowed with the perfect blossoming of wisdom, qualities of awakening. That's why he's called Bhagavan or Chomden, Bhagavat or Bhagavan. Dorje Semba, Vajra Sattva. White in color, single face, two arms, two hands. The right hand holding a Vajra at the heart. The left hand holding a bell resting at the hip here like this. Kurtemba, Dada Rinpoche Gen, Tamchegi Genching, and he is adorned with silk and jewels. So all like the silk skirt, the silk blouse, the silk scarves, and the silk tassels and so forth like that. And then the jewels like the crown, the necklace, the what you call those armlets or whatever you want to call those rings here, and the bracelets here, the rings and the anklets and the belts, and then another row of long necklace or garland, like all jewels, gold and adorned with jewels, different precious jewels. And his legs is he's sitting in this posture that his leg is kind of eased out, so the right leg slightly extended forward like that, not in the complete Vajra posture, but Zhithro tabki shukpa de tukar choku kundu sangpola de shik shiwe latso. Now in his heart, in Vajra Sattva's heart, we see Samanta Bhadra Kuntu Sangpo. Now, within the expanse where we see Samanta Bhadra, there are the deity assembly of the peaceful mandala. Shive Latso, we say the peaceful deities. At the throat of Vajra Sattva, Dimbar. Tuje Chimbo Pema Gargiwanchu La Dapa Rizing. Now at the throat of Vajra Sattva is Guru Rinpoche, Pema Garwang. We say this is Guru Rinpoche's manifestation as a red Vajra Sattva at the heart, Pema Garwang. That's like in the form of Vajra Sattva. He is Guru Rinpoche, red in color, at the throat, encircled by the deity assemblies of the wisdom awareness holders. Pema Garwang Chula Dapa Rizingin Lazo. Uyinang now at the crown of Vajrasattva. Chemcho Heruka, La Chaktung Toil Hatsogi Korwa. At the crown, at the center, this brain, or we say crown. Vajrasattva doesn't have brain, meaning his body is just light body, so no organs like that. It doesn't have any kind of organs, those kind of things. It's just light body. So here at the crown, there is this mandala in the center is Chemcho Heruka, encircled by the deities of the wrathful mandala. Chaktung Tove Latsoki Korwa. Now, above Vajrasattva is Guru Rinpoche now. Above Vajrasattva is Guru Rinpoche. Utsukna Guru Rinpoche la Dzogchen Jube Lama. Then all the Dzogchen lineage lamas are there like that. All of the Dzogchen lamas in like successive order, like one above another, like that. The Dzogchen lamas, the Dzogchen lineage lamas are there. Just like spots of clouds in the sky, like billowing clouds, like spots of clouds in front of the sky, like that. They're all patches of clouds there. Billowing clouds is not just like scattered clouds, but it's like many, this spots of clouds, rainbow clouds, like that. There's a lamas, Dzogchen lamas, like that. Tikpatar Gomla, you visualize like that. Chochu Sangye Jangsim Tamche Kawa Buyu Tarjeni Chuo Tela Timbe now. Even above them, there is like Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the 10 directions. They descend down, they come down just like blizzard, like snowstorm blizzard, descending down, dissolves into the crown here. Chokju Sangye Tamje Karabu Tarjeni Chuo de la Timbe Konjo Kundusu Gom. So then all of these dissolving, merging or dissolving into the crown of Vajrasattva. Then you visualize that Vajrasattva is now the quintessential embodiment of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, of all the mandalas, this ocean of mandalas. Chokchu Sangye Jansen Kawabu Tarjene Chuo de la Timbe Kuncho Kundusugom, that he is the quintessential embodiment of the 3 jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Now, in front of this visualization, then we recite the refuge, the bodhisattva, cultivation bodhicitta. Simke nyampe teje chang. Then we can say that from the text there. So you say Lama la chapsucho, I take refuge in the Lama. Sangye la chapsucho, I take refuge in the Buddha. Chela chapsucho, I take refuge in the Dharma. Gyendun la chapsucho, I take refuge in the Sangha. Lama yidam kandrosum la chapsucho, I take refuge in the Lama yidam mendakini. Like that. Namo da dantaye semchana yene sangye yimba la yimbrashebe dani do janchucho do semke do len sum jas. So then you say Namo is homage. I and all sentient beings, although we are awakened from the primordial, in order to realize that nature, that suchness, that nature, I cultivate bodhicitta. So that earlier Lama la chapsucho, Sangha la chapsucho, Chela la chapsucho, Genda la chapsucho, Lama yidam Kandro la chapsucho, that was the refuge. Now, bodhicitta is homage. I and all boundless sentient beings, No, we are Buddhas are awakened from the very beginning. In order to understand that nature, which is the suchness, I cultivate bodhicitta. So you say that 3 times. So that's the way of how you do the refuge in bodhicitta. Okay, so we can stop here for tonight. So, any questions? Okay. So if you don't have questions, then we can do the dedication. Okay, page 47, second part. So Sonam Di Tamche Zikpani. Okay, page 47. Sonam Di Tamche Zikpani Tamni Nibe Ranam Pamjesh. Kega Nachi Balong Truba Yesibe Sole Rowan Wara Sho Jambe Bao Jitara Kemba Kundo Zambo De Yang De Jende De Da Kungi Jeso Dabo Chin Gewa De Da Tamje De Zum Shebe Gewa Tamje King Owa Gangla Choto Ngapa Dagi Gewe Zawa De Gun Jang Zambo Cheche Rabdo Moregi Jangchu Simcho Rimbo Che Make Panam Keju Kepa Nyamba Meba Yang Gongni Gondo Pewara Sho Jangshu Semdan Midru Shin Jangchu Chola Showa Dang Sangye Namki Onsong Chin Dike Le Nampong Jangchu Semba Namke Ne Roden Tula Gondo Sho Gombo Yini Gang Gongpa Semchen Namla De Yor Sho Semchen Tamche De Dande Yendro Tamchen Tadu Tongbo Sho Jangchu Semba Ganda Sancho Dedan Gunge Melam Drombar Shoi Gewa Di Gewa Kun Sonam Yeshe Tozo Shin Sonam Yeshe Lejo Damba Gunne Dobar Sho Rinchen Getsu Deye Drowa Kun Tatu Dambe Chedan Medrashi Ranjin Donne Zomba Tarchin Chenga Drobe Jiden Zembar Sho Pende Junne Temba Peljurache Sera Kundu Chela Chenju Gelkam Gundu Dachi Gejuruchi Drogun Chamche Sanje Tombara Sho Lama Kukam Zora Sewa De Chodo Kutse Tule Darjin Gebar Sewa De Lama Dandrewa Meba Jinje Lo Kandu Kembe Gewan Tamje Do Tore Yenden Dunden Tobash Kema Tatu Chedan Chejuruchi Tsujin Drube Rangwa Yepar Sho Deryan Lama Damba Neje Chin Nendan Tsindu Chela Chep Chedo Nini Ningbo Dendro De Tside Simbe Janso Gawan Sho Seba Dambe Chela Denje Chin Shimbe Rula Chonga Meba Lapchen Shinden Chore Meba Ye Tamche Chamche Sange To Parasho Chedzo Dinyan Nede Kilkorachin Choke Tadro Kundu Rajut Lodre Pemo Rapto Geju Chin Sange Temba Darshin Ge Parasho Longri Tebe Mishi Dribledre Menga Sambe Tezom Manacho Gomjo Yege Nelu Jejin Sharab Sumge Nawa Ge Parasho Kenlo Chesum Ring Lokche Zamling Sasum Chapra Joju Chosum Nawada Midrende Sum Gen Lek Sho Nandra Riksum Tanga Chekwe Kodan Yeshe Ba Jamle Be Zapsan Nerjor Chembo Nyamlen La Yerme Tuke Tingle Rochish Kewa Kuntu Yangda Lama Dan Jalme Chege Pella Lonchish Sadan Lamge Yende Rabzote Palden Lame Kopan Yonto Sho Benza Guru Pema Sindi Benza Guru Pema Sindi Benza Guru Pema Sindi Benza Guru Pema Sindi Benza Guru Pema Tertons Benza Samaya Sindi Pala 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 Okay, everybody, good night and see you soon. Okay. Tashi Dale.